So before I get into the Department of Agriculture slash USDA, I wanted to talk to you about the chickens that we just butchered. There's one of them. So we canned him up. What I really wanted to talk about is this Tattler lid. The metal lids, they're not expensive per se, but if you're trying to can food on the cheap, you raise your own chickens, can your own food, those lids can add up pretty quick. We've talked about SHTF before. In an SHTF situation, you're not going to be able to buy new lids. So these Tattler lids, on the other hand, are reusable. So you got the white cap, and then in between it you have a second piece, that little O-ring, that little seal there, and it seals down, and you can reuse those rings 10 times, they say. The box says 10 years, they last 10 years. And then the plastic cap lasts forever, you never have to replace that. Well, I just ordered a new package of rings because we've already destroyed 2. And the rings were only $9.99 on Amazon, and I think you get 12 of them. 10 years, that's 120 years if you put it all together. So we've lost 2. One I accidentally ripped. My fault. I had it pinned underneath the Berkey actually, and I went to pull it and it broke. I don't know what I was thinking. And the other one I think was just defective from the factory. We've tried to use it twice and both times it failed. And then the second time I decided, well, I'm just going to feel the edges of it. And it was really rough. But I really recommend the Tattler lids. And then go over to my channel and go over to playlist and you'll see canning. And in one of those I'll show you how to can with Tattler lids. A little special trick to it on how to tighten the ring before you put it in the canner. But other than that, they're pretty simple. A lot of people said there's a higher failure rate. I have not seen it. The only one that has failed twice was one ring, and I should have caught that the first time. As some of you will know, probably not all of you, the channel's been growing pretty quick. We started our chicken operation a year and a half ago, and we bought the first set of chickens from Orscheln's, and they were primarily Buff Orpingtons. Now we bought hens, but turned out there was more roosters in there than there was hens, so apparently they got messed up at Orscheln's somehow or another. And then we bought just a mixed batch, didn't know what we were getting, and that's where we got Frenchie. And we figure Frenchie is an Americana or an Easter egger, we're not sure. And the definition of those two sometimes gets skewed, and sometimes you call Easter eggers Americanas and vice versa. The hens produce colored eggs. Then we got to researching Americanas since we had Frenchie and he was so pretty. We decided we'd like to get some Americanas. Well, there's this little farm not too far from us, maybe 10 miles, and it's just a little family-owned operation, maybe 10 acres, maybe 5. It's not much. I don't know how much she has, but it's not much. And it's like a petting zoo over there. She's got goats and pigs. I think she has horses and donkeys, and she's got chickens and rabbits, just all kinds of stuff, different animals. And what she does is she goes around every weekend around the area. You know, it's probably a 200-mile radius that she covers, and she'll pick a town, go over there, and I guess she goes to a farmer's market or something. I'm not really sure, but she sells it in that area. And so she posts her travels on Facebook. She's got a Facebook webpage. Well, of course, she's also in several Facebook groups. And she'll let people know in the groups that, you know, Missouri town, whatever, we're coming to your area and we're gonna have so many chickens. And she always, once a week, lists all the chickens that she has, Brahmas and New Hampshire Reds and whatever she's got, Americanas. We wanted to buy Americanas. And she did a pretty good job of sexing these hens for us. And she pulled out the wings, she looked at them, and out of it, she may have only had 3, maybe 4 that were wrong. The rest were hens. So out of that, we got maybe 8 hens. I forget exact numbers. And they produce pretty well throughout the summer, almost non-stop, where they do produce a smaller egg, which is kind of disappointing, but with them being colored, if we ever decided to sell eggs, which we probably won't, we would charge more for the Americana eggs. They just go for more money because they're colored eggs, and you get to tell the kids, hey, what color egg you want for breakfast? And then you hard boil the eggs, and it's like, well, Easter all year round. Later, last winter, we decided we wanted to raise pigs. And we were pretty set on it. Well, we decided, nah, we're not gonna do that. In short, we wanted to just become experts in chickens. And we wanted to be really good at chickens. That way, if something does happen, we're not trying to do several different things and trying to take resources from one thing and another. We can just become really good experts. And we only got 1.5 acres here, so focusing just on chickens, raising sunflower seeds for the protein, and the grass and the weeds for the rest of their diet, it just seemed to make sense to us. And we're really happy with the chickens provide us eggs all year round. Now we got the Brahmas, they'll produce through the winter, and the New Hampshires, they produce through the winter. So we called her up, and well, actually, I think we went on Facebook and we went to her website and you messaged her. She said, oh yeah, we'll have pigs next March. Well, I wrote her later and said, we've decided not to get the pigs. Oh, that's fine, no problem. Just really nice, really friendly. There's a Dollar General down the road from us, and we see her in the Dollar General all the time. Just nice family, and their car's marked, you know it's their car. It's got their farm name on it. The last time they went, you could tell that she was teaching her little daughter how to drive. And the other thing is you know, her daughter works the farm also, and she loves the dark colored chickens. We told her, oh, just pick out anything you want. And you know, she's skipping over all the light colored. Either she likes the light color and she wanted to keep them, or she likes the dark color and she was giving her favorites, so it didn't matter. But she participated quite a bit in the farm, and you know, I think that's good that children participate in those kind of family activities. My daughter, we homeschooled her, and she went to college when she was 14, and really good education. But one of the things that we had her do was help with the chickens and the goats. Just a really nice small family farm. They work primarily on cash. They probably don't have a lot of licenses and permits and all that stuff. And when you go there, you know it's a family ran operation. It's nothing fancy. They're not in big business. It's just a lady supplying a need to the locals like us. And I really like that she produces this stuff. And anytime I want to buy a larger quantity, you know, if I'm just going to buy a chicken, like for a rooster or something, I'd probably go to Orscheln's and just pick it up. But if I want a large batch of chickens that I know are going to be healthy, I'm going to go to her place. I got some sad news about her. Apparently, there is a bunch of anti-animal, you know, activists. You know, they don't want you raising animals or butchering animals or selling animals. You know, it's just a big activist thing. And they get on Facebook and they start tormenting this lady, just terribly bad, saying that she produces unhealthy chickens, which I can attest to. She does not. It's a very clean farm. They said it was very unsanitary. And Facebook started knocking her out of different groups. So she put out a message saying, you know, if you got a problem with our chickens, just let us know. We'll be happy to make it right, which I honestly believe she would. And you don't even have to call her or get any embarrassed. You could just message her on Facebook. She would instantly reply within, I bet, a half hour, letting you know that, oh yeah, come on over. We'll take care of you. She wasn't really sure if all of them were hens. You know, we wanted just hens, so she gave us an extra one. So she just wants to be sure that you're happy and you'll come back and you get her name out there, which I do. I'm not going to do it here because I don't want her tormented any more than she already is. Things just got worse for her. And it's always this way. I mean, they're not a rich family. I mean, they got some, you know, like I said, 5-10 acres. It costs a lot of money to run a little operation like that. I can't even imagine the feed cost. And she's got suppliers, you know, the supplier with the chickens and different things, and she breeds her own chickens. So it's not just oh, she's going to get rich off this thing. So these activists called the Department of Agriculture on her, USDA, whatever it was, and they came out and did an inspection. Well, of course, now, you know, it's all up in limbo. She thinks she passed. She didn't hear anything. But, you know, then you got to go get lawyers and you got to try to take care of what's going on. If they've found an issue, you got to either address the issue, pay the fines for the issue, or you got to take it to court. And this little operation that is supplying an amazing service to the community is being harassed by, in my mind, large organizations of activists trying to shut down just a little farm. I just don't see the harm in what she's doing. I mean, I can understand what the activists are saying. Meat's murder. Well, okay, well then don't kill the meat. You know, that's the way you feel about it. I make a video that I'm going to butcher chickens, or I did butcher chickens. I don't actually show the butchering, but I'm called a psychopath about 30,000 times every time I mention butchering chickens. Here's what I suggest. I hear a lot in the comments section that we, Carolyn and I, need to be more social. We're not. I mean, we stay here. We don't talk to anybody. No trespassing signs. Nobody comes on the property. YouTube is about the extent of my social network, I would suppose. We don't sell foods. If someone were to come here and say, hey, we'd like to have some chicken eggs, I would probably say, oh, I don't have any, even if I did. Or we don't sell. I mean, I've told you in the past that I was told by the USDA or the FDA, I'm not sure, I can't remember which, that I couldn't sell eggs. This was years ago. And we were just selling to friends, really. Neighbors. They said that we had to have a permit. At the moment, I guess we have, I don't know, close to 30 chickens. I lost count. You know, we try to take care of as best we can living off grid. Well, you'll get some of these people, oh no, they have to have air conditioning, oh no, they have to have heat. All the things that would all of a sudden make raising chickens way too expensive. It would be cheaper to go out and just buy eggs at the store, chickens at the store. And that's what they're trying to do, is just run everybody out of doing it. If you are thinking that that's what you're going to do, is you're going to start a trade, even if it's SHTF. Remember, government's still going to be in business during SHTF. That you're going to trade things, you need to think again, because there are plenty of people out there that don't want you to trade. I hear this in the comment section all the time. Vote them out, vote them out. You got to understand there are other people in there trying to vote them in, vote them in. I get what you're trying to say. We need to vote. I don't disagree with that. But on the same time, you need to protect yourself. Until you get the people in the office that you want, you have to protect yourself. For some reason, people seem to think that you can violate the law. I made a video about the wood stove. They're trying to ban wood stoves. Oh, just do whatever you want. You can't follow unjust laws. You're just going to empower them if you do. In the meantime, they're going to ban wood stoves. It means I can't buy anymore. Or if they come around and they give me a big old fine that I can't afford, they're going to run me broke, or I got to get lawyers and go to court. At what point, just like this lady, is it not worth doing anymore? Where you just run out of money and resources to defend yourself. So no, you got to think smart. If you're going to fight, fight smartly. So if you'll click this up next box, I'd really appreciate it. Take you to the video where I talked about the lady who was harassed by the FBI simply because her neighbor didn't like her. So I hope I can inspire you to think smartly so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.